Fox, the family of a man who died in a fire that ripped through a Northeast Portland apartment building is suing the hospital where their son took his final breath. The
lawsuit alleges one or more Legacy Emmanuel Hospital employees took pictures of their son's remains and shared them with others. Fox 12's Riel Creighton joins us now in studio with the details. Riel.
Well, Pete and Nora, this lawsuit alleges invasion of privacy and negligence by Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center staff for failure to supervise and train its employees about taking and sharing unauthorized photographs, pictures of their son's severely injured remains that the parents of Seth Thompson say were shared for mere entertainment and amusement. Well, you may remember this tragic fire in July of 2021 that erupted at Northeast Portland's Heidi Manor Apartments. It ultimately took the lives of 3 people. Seth Thompson and his girlfriend awoke to their building engulfed in smoke and flames, forced to jump some 30 feet to the ground to escape the inferno. Seth was taken to the hospital by ambulance where he later died. The family alleges that it's there that at least one staff member, possibly more, took pictures of their son's severely injured body and shared them electronically with others. They're now seeking more than $75,000 in damages, plus punitive damages against the hospital and any employee who distributed the photos. They say they took this action because they felt ill at the thought of Legacy Health employees and others gawking at gratuitous images of their deceased child. Well, we did reach out to Legacy Emmanuel Medical Center for a response. Their statement read in part, as of December 23, 2021, the individual in question is no longer employed by Legacy Health. At Legacy Health, the safety and protection of our patients is our top priority. Legacy Health has a policy in place that adheres to all HIPAA, privacy laws and regulations to protect individuals' medical records and other individually identifiable health information. Well, meantime, this is not the only lawsuit related to this fire. Investigators believe that fireworks in a plastic dumpster caused that blaze. Loved ones of other victims are now suing both the complex management and the garbage company. That suit says the dumpster was kept underneath the building where people lived and there were no sprinklers. In the studio, Riel Creighton, Fox 12 Oregon.